Yeah, the neon lights flickering high above the street. Feel the heavy bass pulsing beneath my tired feet. Every single dream is something I will finally meet. Moving through the crowd while bringing all the heat. Building up a kingdom with this brand new flow. Watching all the seeds that I had to sow. High above the ceiling where the cold winds blow. Look at how my inner fire starts to grow. Step inside the lobby where the gold starts shining. Silver linings on the clouds that I am climbing. Perfect rhythm found within this very deep, heavy priming every single second. That's some really truly perfect timing. Never let a hater try to take my crown. Riding through the city in a ghost white gown. Watch the way I handle every single dusty town. Looking up the spirit so I never stay down. Scars upon my skin show the battles I won. Working every hour until the work is all done. Brighter than the rays of a very hot sun. Racing to the finish just to have some fun. Leather in the whip and the engine starts loud. Hovering above every single thick and heavy cloud. Standing at the front of a very large crowd. Making all my brothers feel so really very proud. And electric in the veins like a high voltage wire. Jumping through the hoops and the rings of fire. Elevating higher than a tall and skinny stone spire. This is everything that I could ever truly desire. Truly desire. For truly desire. Turning all the pages of a very long book. Taking back the power that the shadows once took. Catching every vibe with a single clever sharp look. Hanging my old jackets on a silver metal hook. Pouring out the juice in a crystal clear glass. Moving to the front with a private silver pass. Dancing in the middle of the tall green grass. Showing off the talent with a lot of class. Glitching through the system like a digital ghost machine. Keeping all the vision very sharp and very clean. Living out a life that is very rarely seen. Glowing in the dark like a bright emerald sheen. Breaking all the locks on the heavy iron gate. Master of the soul and the master of fate. Never arriving early and I never arrive quite late. Carrying the heavy stones in the heavy mental weight. Looking for the answer in the bottom of souls. Digging through the dirt in the very deep holes. Keeping up the pace while I reach my goals. Taking back the power and the heavy remote control. Heavy rain falling on the glass of the door. Leaving all the wreckage on the cold hard floor. Hungry for the win and I really want more. Higher than the birds that will fly and soar. Writing out the lyrics in the very dark den. Counting up the paper in the 110. Stronger than the power of 1,000 brave men. Coming back to life and I do it again. Walking on the edge of a very sharp blade. Never feeling fearful or the least bit quite afraid. Counting all the money that I finally just made. Chilling in the cool of a very deep shade. Flash on the camera while I strike a pose. Smelling all the scent of a very red rose. Everyone is watching everywhere that a star ever goes. Keeping all the secrets that no single person knows. Running through the jungle with a very fast pace. Winner of the trophy and winner of the race. Looking at the galaxy in the middle of space. Putting on a very brave and very bold face. Diamond on the wrist and it really looks bright. Working through the middle of a very long night. Taking to the air like a very fast flight. Keeping all the future in a very clear sight. Listening to voices that are deep in there. Following the path where the brave ones once tread. Waking up the spirit that was almost quite dead. Painting all the city in a very bright red. Dump it on the skin and the fabric feels nice. Never think about the heavy cost or the price. Rolling up the game like a lucky silver dice. Cold as the water or a frozen solid ice. Boom like a thunder in the middle of May. Making sure the world hears what I gotta say. Walking through the fire in a very bold way. Living for the moment and I live for today. Looking through the lens of a very wide scope. Pulling on the end of a very thick rope. Giving all the people a little bit of hope. Moving down the mountain on a very steep slope. Echoing the hallway of a very big room. Watch the flower petals as they finally will bloom. Moving past the shadows in the heavy dark gloom. Going like a rocket with a very loud boom. Signature. This signature. Signatures written on the bottom of the page. Breaking on the bars of a very small cage. Step into the center of a very large stage. Yeah. Yeah. Look at the skyline where my big dreams reside. I feel the magic inside this wild electric tide. Never let a single chance ever simply slip aside. Watch me take the throne with the massive pride. We burn the fuel and watch the city glow. Keep the steady rhythm moving while we really flow. Forget the heavy weights that try to keep us low. This is how the real bosses always truly show. Check the gold standard that we built from clay. We are never going back to a cloudy gray. making massive moves in the light of the day. Living every single moment in a brand new way. Grab the heavy crown and wear it like stone. I built this empire while sitting on my throne. Standing in the center within the danger zone alone. Hear the loudest frequency through the shiny silver phone. Count the silver coins while I plan the flight. Chasing every vision through the darkest of the night. Every single action proves that I am doing right. Burning like a diamond with the very heavy light. Nobody can stop the fire starting in my soul. Breaking every barrier to reach my biggest final goal. Taking every risk while I keep my full control. Writing my own name on the famous honor roll. Every little step brings me closer to the peak. Finding all the treasure that the losers never seek. Stronger every morning while the other guys are weak. Listen to the legend when I finally start to speak. I do not need a map for this race. Moving through the galaxy with a very steady pace. Leaving all the drama in a far away space. Victory is written on my tire, but winning face. Silence in the room while the static starts to hum. Waiting for the heavy bass of a giant drum. Thinking of a mountain where the real winners come. Calculating figures to a very massive total final sum. No more asking nicely for a secret table. Cutting every cord and every single heavy cable. Now living life like a bright and very shiny fable. Proving that my mind is really strong and stable. Pour the chill glass while the bass hits hard. Swipe the black glass, take on a very expensive card. Dancing in the middle of a very big yard. Staying on a mission like a very loyal guard. I do not follow paths that are already made. Working in the sun and living in the shade. Paying every debt that I have ever truly paid. Sharper than the metal of a silver kitchen blade. Rising like a giant from the cold hard ground. Making such a heavy and a very loud sound. Thinking about the wisdom that I finally just found. Everywhere I go I am surely glory bound. Watch the neon lights as they flicker and spark. Making my own signature, my very own mark. Moving through the shadows like a shark in dark. Leaving every witness in the middle of the park. History is waiting for the story to be told. I am feeling brave and I am feeling bold. Never let the fire ever grow very icy cold. Turning every vision into some very shiny pure gold.